On this episode of Louisville Unveiled, the team visits the Muhammad Ali Center to learn more about a Louisville icon, the greatest Muhammad Ali.
Welcome to the Muhammad Ali Center.
Thank you. We are excited to be here today.
We're excited to have you.
Yes, how about we get a tour started for you guys? Right
That would be great. Thank you.
Let's go.
This way. Welcome you guys to this part of our visitor experience. Thank you all for dinner with us. All right, so this part of our tour is where we like to actually ground ourselves in Ali. So before I get started, does anybody know any fun facts about Muhammad Ali?
Float like a butterfly and sting like a bee.
I'm so glad you actually brought that up. That's actually how we like to ground a lot of our work here. Realize that sometimes you got to be as graceful as a butterfly, but know where you got to go and actually sting like a bee in there. So I'm so glad that you brought that up.
I like that.
Thank you. And actually with that too, how about this? Walk this way with you guys, because again, the center, when they opened up this, and they wanted us to actually take along the rich history that Kentucky has, whether the good or the bad that goes along with it. So when Ali and his life trying to figure out exactly where they wanted to place the museum in, they could have placed it anywhere, across the country even. Everybody wanted to stab the head of Muhammad Ali's namesake in their own city. But Ali told them, like, you know what, if I'm going to do this, I've got to bring it back home.
Absolutely.
So we brought it back to the little Kentucky area again. So that's the first aspect of it. So he brought it back. So we'll then try to figure out exactly where can we place the center at. We have a beautiful NBA.
Yeah.
Rio Ohio River.
Beautiful.
Thank you. If you think fact, but too, with the bit of history that goes along with it, a couple hundred years ago, if you were a black and brown person sitting in this exact same spot, that view makes up the totally difference. That beautiful view actually was your sign of freedom. Not only understood what that meant to actually be a black person standing here in this spot, or what his ancestors be going through, just facing across the body of water. Exactly.
So now we're in our boxing timeline area. So as you can see, it's kind of oval safe. We've got information on all of his fights from the very beginning, from his emerging fight here in Louisville. And then you go all the way around until you see a break in the ring. And that is actually symbolic of his time outside of the boxing ring, where he just vanished from boxing after his conscientious objection.
Okay, so that looks very Elvis-like to me.
So Muhammad was gifted that robe by Elvis Presley on February 13th in 1973. He actually wanted the robe to say the people's champ, but his bodyguard misheard him when he placed the order for Muhammad. And so he didn't know until Muhammad actually opened up the box, saw the robe, and he said, people's choice, okay. And Elvis was furious, but he loved it anyway. He wore it into the ring. And then a month later, he wore it again against Ken Norton, and he actually lost that fight. And so Muhammad never wore it again.
And this is one of our classroom spaces that we have for our youth.
Well, Alan, I love this. The only limitations one has are the ones they place on themselves.
Exactly. I definitely try to lead my young people, my scholars, into realizing there are no barricades that we can block. That's just a no. That no does not mean an indefinite, you can't do this. I tell them, like, okay, we have this roadblock, this hurdle. Great. How do we overcome this objection? Really, we're trying to get the next generation of change makers. We're trying to get them equipped to face the social injustice they have in this community. So while doing that, we're like, okay, great. What do you need to learn to make it through this community? What do you see? Like, how do you see problems that are out there and not just call the problems out, but become critical thinkers and find ways to fix those problems? So that's what we try to do here at the Ali Center on different levels. If we talk about it, we have a group that comes into our center all the time called the Decode Project. Their mission is to go through and actually help students learn to read.
Okay.
So again, that's the main thing. They're seeing there's a problem with our education system where a lot of kids are falling through cracks. So they're there to fix that need here. It's a great place for different members from different communities of the same age range to come together, see the differences they have, and then more importantly, see the commonalities they share.
And embrace it.
And embrace it. And then realize, yes, because I live in this zip code and you live over there, we should still be fighting the same fight to make sure that we all have what we need to survive in this world.
That's wonderful. I love the fact that what we're doing here, it's not just learning about Muhammad Ali, but it's embracing our children and raising them up to be thinkers.
Exactly.
And what a great facility that we have here.
So we welcome over 80,000 guests from all over the globe. And then we also sell gifts and souvenirs that have to do with Muhammad Ali. Okay. Yeah. So tell me a little bit about getting visitors in to see the Muhammad Ali Museum. Well, something that we do to bring in locals is to promote the membership. Okay. So we have a Ali membership in several different levels, and that includes not only getting invited to member-only events, but also you get a member swag bag, you get a behind-the-scenes look at our artifacts, and then you also are able to get a discount within the store. So talk about a little bit, how do you go about choosing merchandise for the store? Well, we have a lot of local vendors. You know, Muhammad's from Louisville, Kentucky. We definitely want to highlight Louisville as his hometown. And by doing that, we connect with local creators and businesses, and they make one-of-a-kind Ali merchandise. So you might see candles that were made by a local business or journals that were made by a local business. And then also we work with vendors that have the Muhammad Ali license, and they specialize in making merchandise or apparel that's specific to not only Muhammad Ali, but also Louisville, Kentucky. Nice, very nice. So if you wanted to spotlight something specific to get local Louisvillians here in the Muhammad Ali Museum, what would you tell them? Besides just our exhibits, we also have a lot of event spaces. So you might see someone come here for a wedding, or they might have a graduation here. So we have a lot of different perks for our local guests, and I mean people all over if they want to rent the center, and a lot of people love that because they get a good view of the city from here. That's awesome. I didn't know you guys had event spaces. Yes, that's pretty.
What do we have here? What's this?
So we're in the research library now. This spot right here is really used for interviews, and we've filmed a couple of our social media spots called Curator's Corner here as well. Anytime somebody like our president and CEO or Lonnie Ali sometimes, typically they like to use this space for interviews. So we have these beautiful curtains that we can pull and hide the magazines, or you can simply just sit right in front of the magazines because we've got a lot of really cool ones.
Yeah, I love that.
And these are all duplicates of magazines that we actually have in our collection already. So these ones can actually be viewed and touched.
Okay, okay.
This is one of the few areas in the entire museum where we can actually display collections items. See, when Muhammad and Lonnie Ali built this place and started this institution, they did not want this to be a shrine to Muhammad. So they didn't want to put out too many items that belonged to him as like a tribute to him only as a boxer. They wanted people to come here and discover their own greatness while viewing his. So there aren't very many spots for us to display things like that. So in here is one of those few areas that we're able to do that.
Okay. So I'm assuming these are original magazines.
Yes, absolutely. So you're looking at an Ebony magazine from 1969, and this whole display here is about a couple of Muhammad's ventures in business during his exile from boxing. So he actually signed a prospectus here that you can see with Charles Plon & Co., and they had a Champ Burger restaurant chain that they opened in Florida, and the agreement was he would lend his name and likeness to this if they also served halal meat and if they used Champ Soda, which was another business venture of the time.
So he wasn't just a boxer, he was a businessman.
Exactly, yes. There's many, many, many facets to Muhammad Ali.
A lot. And a lot of people don't know that.
Nope, and that's why you come to the center, you find that out. So we host scholars, academic nature. We host people from film crews and people writing books. They come here to look through the books that we have and also our collection and archives. The boring gray door behind me is what we call our archive storage or collection storage. So it's totally temperature, humidity controlled, and only very few people have access to it.
So that's what I was curious about. It's kind of like the secret vault.
Yeah, you could call it that. So I've pulled out a box of items that were donated to us by George Kalinsky in 2015. Here we've got the Champs shoe polish. This is signed by Muhammad Ali on the top there. This in particular was licensed in the 70s and I think it went through the 90s if I'm not mistaken. And on the back of it, it says, a portion of the proceeds from the sale of this product are being donated to the United Negro College Fund. But below that also, dedicated to my friends Sugar Ray Leonard, Nelson Mandela, Evel Knievel, and Mighty Iron Mike Tyson.
I remember all of those.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
But what a collection of people to name a shoe polish.
Yeah,
right?
Such a wide range.
Exactly. And that leads me into the shave gel. This actually was part of a whole kit that you could buy. He had shave gel, shave cream, the actual shavers themselves, an aftershave. And it's the same thing. The proceeds went to the United Negro College Fund. These few things here will tell you many things about Muhammad's life.
Yeah.
Right there. He was a businessman, he was a philanthropist, and of course, he was the champ.
He was. And I love that everything was also done toward other good.
Yes, of course.
Goods for other people, which not everybody does that.
Absolutely. And that was true to him from the very beginning of his boxing career. His very first fight here in Louisville in 1960 as a professional, the proceeds from that fight went to a local children's hospital, which is now known as Kosare.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Well, thanks, Amelia. I really do appreciate you showing me this.
Absolutely. Thanks for listening to me.
Thank you again for having us. Thank you all for watching. We are here at the Muhammad Ali Center. Again, we are Louisville Unveiled, 3 agents, 1 city.